There's nothing better than a slow, relaxing Sunday at home, don't you agree? And since I had a few ripe bananas, I thought it was the perfect excuse to test out a banana cupcake recipe I've been meaning to try. So the first thing you're gonna do is take 2 bananas, cut them up into pieces, and then mash them up. This recipe is great if you're craving something sweet, but you don't want to spend too long in the kitchen. It will take you about 15 minutes preparation time and 20 minutes in the oven, and you will end up with 24 small, delicious cupcakes. Then in a separate bowl, you're gonna take all the sugar as well as the butter. You're going to cream the butter and the sugar together. You can either do this by hand or with a mixer like I'm doing here. Now it's time to add all of the rest of the ingredients. Start by cracking in 3 of the eggs. After that, you can add in all of the dry ingredients, so the baking powder, the baking soda, the salt, as well as all of the flour. Then add in the yogurt. I'm using a plain yogurt, but you can add any flavor you like, such as vanilla, which gives a nice flavor. Lastly, you're going to scoop in all the mashed banana from earlier, and then you're going to mix this together. You can again do this by hand, but since I had the mixer ready and I'm feeling a bit lazy today on a Sunday, I thought it was nice to use the machine. Place your cupcake tins on the baking tray and you are ready to scoop in the batter. I fill in roughly half of the tin with the batter, but if you prefer larger cupcakes, you can of course put more in, depending on what you like. If you want them all to look even, it's smart to use a cupcake tray to put your tins in, but since I didn't have one, I don't really mind if they look a bit rustic. They will at least taste good. These are going to bake in the oven for about 20 minutes at 180 degrees. I would recommend to check them after 15 minutes just to make sure that they are okay. In the meantime, it's the perfect excuse for a little nap on the sofa. You can see here Bowie is taking full advantage of this little pause while we're waiting for the cupcakes to finish. After 20 minutes, it's time to take the cupcakes out, and I'm gonna let them rest here to cool completely off. While the cupcakes are left cooling, I'm getting my recipe book out, and I'm just going to write down all my notes and the recipe that I've been using. I like to have a physical record of all my favorite recipes so that I have them at hand whenever I need them. You can find the full list of ingredients as well as the recipe in the description box. You can eat these cupcakes as they are, but I think they're very nice when they have a frosting on, so I decided I wanted to do that today. It's best to make the frosting right before serving, but I started making it now because I simply couldn't wait to try them. Start by mixing the cream cheese and butter for a few minutes until it's smooth. Then we're going to add the caster sugar as well as a little bit of milk, which I find help to make the consistency just a little bit less thick. At this point you can add a drop of vanilla, some lime or cinnamon or whatever you like, but I'm keeping things simple. I'm now scooping the frosting into the piping bag. You can of course also use a knife or a spoon or whatever you prefer, but I recently purchased this and wanted to give it a go. It also makes them look extra beautiful, don't you think? It's nice to add a little decorative touch on the top, so I decided to cut up some banana and add a little slice on each. It also helps bring out the banana flavor, which I love. And here you have them, my easy and delicious banana cupcakes. Baking is a nice mindful activity to do on a lazy Sunday at home, and the result after is that you get to sit down and enjoy what you made. I decided to make a cup of coffee and just sit down in my hygge corner and simply enjoy. As you can see, it didn't take long before I was joined by Bowie, who was very interested in the cupcake. I think he really wanted to have a taste. I hope you enjoyed this video and liked coming along on our slow Sunday at home. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know, what do you do on a slow Sunday at home?